Hello and welcome to Beavis Crafty Corner. I am Bima, better known as Els, and today I have another candy box idea. These are Hershey's Kisses. These are the little peppermint ones. They're my favorite. And I have a whole bunch of them, and I want to put them in boxes to give out to my friends. So, using kind of a leftover piece of paper, I'm going to show you how to make a box for these, okay? So we're going to use a punch, some scoring tools and a scoreboard. You may want some scissors, definitely going to be using some adhesive. There's going to be some twine or ribbon involved, okay? It's a holiday thing, and a paper trimmer. I'll be right back. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is trim our paper down, and we want it to be 5 1/4. And it can be whatever length you want. Mine's 5 1/4 by 8 1/2 because that's, you know, that's what it is here. All right. So I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this, and then we're going to score. So we're going to put this in our scoreboard, and we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, 1 7/8 of an inch, which is 1 tick before the 2, at exactly 3, and then 4 1/8, which is 1 tick after the 4. Okay? That's all of our scoring for the moment. Don't want to do any more. We're going to go ahead and get the scoreboard out of the way, and we're going to fold and burnish all of these, and when we come back, we're going to move on to the next part. I'll be right back. All righty. So now we have 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know 3/4 of an inch is kind of a large, you know, but we want it to have a solid base, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of hold that with our fingers, and we're going to push it over. Now the side that's away from the opening, that's where we're going to be punching our hole. And you can do this anywhere you want. It's entirely up to you. You could also run this through if you have a die cutting machine and a slot cutter. You do that. I'm just going to cut that like a little window, right? I'm going to save those though. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to glue this. So I'm going to put glue on here. Doink. And I'm going to let that dry. All right. Hit it with the bone folder a couple of times. Then we're going to push it the other way. We're going to hit that with the bone folder a couple of times. All right. Now, this is our bottom. This is our top, right? Here's the bottom piece, top piece. Now, we're going to push in on 2 sides, just like that. Now, at this point, you can use your tiny attacher, you can use ribbon, whatever it is you want to close this. I'm going to use my tiny attacher. Now, I'll use a little stapler. Now, I can fill this up with as many of these as I want. And then I can pinch the other side. Now, obviously, I haven't put enough in there to really do the whole thing, so we'll have to, you know, make do with pretending that it's full. Okay? Then, if I want, nice, I can take some twine. I can tie a little bow. Now here's the trick, right? Because you know it's going to slide right off, right? Staple it on. At that point, stop and staple it on. Okay? And then tie it up. You can do the same thing on the other side. Take a piece of string. Cut it down. If you want to make your bow in advance and staple it on, you can do that too. But what I do is I tie it right around my end. Okay? Hold it. Then I go in and I staple across there. Just so it's stapled on, and then I can tie a knot. And now I can add whatever I want on here as far as decoration to decorate it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get one of these guys. And then I can stamp whatever I want. And you can fill quite a few in here. There's 5 of them in there right now, and they're only to about there. So you probably could get 10, maybe 12 in here. And that is, you know, pretty inexpensive. But that's it. That's my little project for today. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the button for me and subscribe. Do all the stuff, you know, do the likey thing and the fingers uppy thing. Well, yeah, I don't care. Finger either way. It's interaction, right? What else? Oh, yeah. If you want to know what's going on with my channel, go down to the description box below, click on more, and cyberstalk me. There's all kinds of links down there, including my Facebook group, my Instagram, my email address, all that stuff. Go ahead down there and get all of that. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.